Hello, my warriors. How are we doing today? Well, it is going to be a scorcher today. And by scorcher, I mean it's going to hit 30 degrees Celsius here. Finally joining the rest of the world in this heat wave. Some places need rain desperately. We have forest fires all over Canada, and I know there's a lot going on in the States right now, and the smoke is just flowing into everybody's airspace. Michigan and the southern eastern states, they're getting the smoke from Ontario. There's a few forest fires happening in far north Alberta, so pretty much away from civilization. And BC is, parts of it are on fire. In fact, I think there's a fire in every province in Canada right now. It wouldn't surprise me. It has been so dry, even though we had so much rain. It is crazy. But the heat just keeps going up, and all it takes is one idiot to throw a cigarette out the window, right? But I hope those of you who have breathing issues are staying safe and using your oxygen. And if you're on oxygen, stay inside and just take it easy. No need to push yourself into leaving the house when it's smoky outside. And I'm finally going to get the heat pain that everyone else has been suffering with. Why does the weather affect us so much? I don't think they've ever been able to actually solve that. I know it's got something to do with the barometric pressure. It's the same way with Chinooks. Chinooks is a weather system. Cold air meets hot air, and kabam. Really pretty cloud formations, though. They look like waves almost, billowing waves. Really weird. But they cause severe migraines in some people. Like severe migraines. To the point where I have a girlfriend where she has to put a toque over her face. Or a beanie over her face. The windows and curtains have to be closed. She gets in bed, under the covers, pillow on top of her head. Sunlight kills. And she's in agony. Absolute agony. And I know there's some medication out there. My mom got migraines too. And I understand them all too well. My entire childhood was my mom having a migraine. But anyways, my mom finally got on a drug called Imitrex, but it would knock you right out, or knock her right out. And she wouldn't be in pain, but she'd be toast. So she'd be in bed, either in pain or not in pain. So she would take a half a pill, and that would dull the headache enough where she could actually function. So that was good. She was very relieved that she could do that. So she didn't miss out on any fun. Let's see. I wanted to talk a little bit more about my hands. Sorry, adjusting my phone. I was talking about how I can still do the same things I did before. I do, but like I said, I do them differently. It's just a matter of finding new ways to do something. Persistence and determination. Don't be afraid of this happening, especially with biologics. For those of you who can take biologics, all we need is to get into remission, to stop the swelling, because it's the swelling that this happens. And I had swelling all the time from like the time I was 1 to I don't know, 45. Yeah. And I was typing on an electric typewriter, which is what made the drifting happen. So, yeah, that was me though. And keep in mind, there were no such thing as biologics when I was a toddler, teenager, young adult. They were just coming out in the early 2000s, I believe. They may have been out longer in the US because Canada likes to wait and see what happens in the US, and then they make their drug laws based on what happens to you guys. Sorry. Yeah, the pharmaceutical companies kind of uses you guys as guinea pigs. Sorry. That's terrible. But as long as a drug works for you, by all means. Like I've mentioned in my early morning post this morning, I've been experiencing some side effects from Remzimi. And it's such a hard word to say. For some reason, I've always had an issue with my R's. Even from childhood, I get tongue-tied around the R's, especially if they're at the front of the word. Anybody else like that? But Remzimi, like I said, I got the cold symptoms. They went away. I took my shot yesterday, and so far nothing. So fingers, toes crossed. It was a lot easier before I got them fixed, but because they were already crossed. Well, these ones were already crossed too, kind of, so. Fingers and toes metaphorically crossed. Hopefully no more side effects. The other side effect was a little tiny rash around the injection site. That didn't happen this time. I think it was because the first shot I gave myself, I gave it in my leg. And my leg didn't like that. I think that was the issue. So I'll just put it in my stomach from now on. Easy peasy. Problem solved. And I'll just keep track of side effects. But if a drug is working, and if a cold is only going to last 24 hours, and it wasn't a severe cold, it was minor. Started with my throat, went into my ears, went into my sinus on my right side, and then the throat got better, the ears got better, the sinuses got better. 24 hours, maybe as long as 36. Oh well. I am okay with side effects. I've been dealing with them my entire life. As long as they don't cause me angst, I'm good. But rashes, and I mean severe rashes that last for days, yeah, not cool with those. And the ones that itch to the point where you want to rip off your skin, yeah, can't deal with those. But oh, and I've had some mild diarrhea, but that seems to have resolved itself too. Like I said, if it's working, I'm gonna take it. I've been doing this a really long time. I'm a pro, and I'm not afraid of side effects. Afraid of the big ones, but I'll keep my eye on it, and that's all we can do. Deal with the side effects. If it's not that big of a deal, that's okay, but call your doctor and double check, and because that's what I did. My doctor's on vacation right now, so her nurse helped me out, but she told me to go to the ER right away and get my ears checked out for an infection. I knew I didn't have an infection. I've had an ear infection before. This was nothing like it. So I didn't bother going. And the next morning I was fine, and I took my drug. So, yay! All is good. But I'll take you guys along with me on this new drug adventure and keep you all informed as to what's happening. Because I think it's a lesson that all of us need to hear, and an adventure. You can live vicariously through me. Now live your own lives. Mine's not that much fun. Anyways, my warriors, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Laura. Hi. I've had RA my entire life. When I was 45, which was around 2003 or 4, I was put on leflutamide and put into a medically induced remission. Haven't had a massive flare since then. So, anyways, I love you all. Be good. Rest when you need to. Okay? You're not alone in this. We're all in it together. Okay? All right. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, live on Friday. Yay! Can't wait. Bye.